So today we're going to beat the winter blues and go out and field test our new drone. We have the batteries all charged up, the remote's all charged up. It's a beautiful, sort of beautiful sunny warm morning here in northern Michigan in December. So we figured this would be a great day to give our new drone a test run. See how long the batteries last, see what kind of footage we get.
We are at Ludington State Park, winter day in December, and it's 40 degrees and very little wind, so we are going to test out the new drone. So we're excited to see what happens. They're doing construction at our state park, so we'll have to see what we can see because we can't get in there.
All right, so we have to.
Compass is interfered. Open propeller. Mobile drone. Compass is interfered. Open propeller. Mobile drone. Compass is interfered. Open propeller. Mobile drone. Compass is interfered. Open propeller.
We're at 1 meter, nose up, and rotate it.
Compass is interfered. Open. Compass is interfered. Open propeller. Mobile.
Calibrating any drone is typical. You have to get the internal compass and the GPS properly aligned. We seem to have a little trouble getting the remote and the drone to communicate during this process. It could have definitely been user error. It took several attempts. We have also heard that Phoenix drones require calibration every time it is powered up. We hope that this is not the case, as that will just not be possible on the bow of Andromeda while underway. We will report more on that later.
So we're having a little trouble calibrating the compass. Can you read me what it says on there?
Yep. It says, please place the aircraft
Compass
1
is
meter
interfered.
high on the
Open
ground
propeller.
and rotate
Mobile
it
drone.
horizontally
Compass is
for 2
interfered.
to 3
Open
times.
Compass is interfered. Open propeller on mobile. Compass is interfered. Open propeller on mobile drone. Compass is interfered. Open propeller on mobile drone. Or calibration. Compass is interfered.
I can't tell which way is nose up.
Mobile drone. Compass is interfered. Open propeller on mobile drone. Compass is interfered.
Now it says
Open
prompt,
propeller
please
on
place the
mobile
aircraft
drone.
on a level
Or
ground.
calibration. Compass.
And I can see what you're seeing.
All right. So we think we have the drone calibrated. I have it on the screen here, and I'm going to use the takeoff button.
Spinning. It does.
There we go.
Overall, we are extremely pleased with our Phoenix V11 Pro. The initial flight and the initial footage was excellent, and I found the operation and the controls to be intuitive and quick to learn. This drone is heavier than our old drone and seems to be a little less smooth while starting and stopping during flight, but this can be adjusted by the operator as you master the controls over time. We also completely forgot to actually install the SD card into the drone, so all the in-flight footage is directly from the phone and the Phoenix Fly application's automatic backup files. That probably impressed us the most. We are excited to learn more about all of the V11 Pro's features and try some footage using the auto tracking and the GPS flight programming. Thank you to Phoenix for sponsoring this video.
Well, good morning. It is basically freezing ass cold. It's the middle of winter here in Michigan, January. We got some fresh snow last night, as you can see behind me. It's beautiful, some will say, but not my thing. And we are making an hour drive or so south today to go down to Barrett Boat Works in Spring Lake and check on the progress of Andromeda. Andromeda has been down at Barrett Boat Works since October, since we put the boat away for the season, and done a little exploring and tried to solve some of the problems, and we have found out that she has two bad turbos, two cracked turbos, and a cracked starboard side exhaust manifold. Just yesterday they pulled apart the port side and that manifold is reusable. That's some good news, but we're going to head down there and meet with the tech and meet with the guys working on the boat and see if we can't wrap our head around where this project is right now. And you know, we got about 3 or 4 months till we put the boat back in the water, and we just want to see where things are at, make sure we're all on the same page, and you know, line up tasks for who's doing what are we going to go down and do ourselves, what are we having the pros do. So we're about to make the snowy hour drive south to Spring Lake and see how Andromeda's doing. We are heading down to Spring Lake to see Andromeda. We haven't seen Andromeda since October. What do you think?
And it's January,
It's
like
January.
19th or something, 15th.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited to see her. Yeah.
And what do you think about today's weather versus this time
Oh
last year?
gosh, I know, that's what we were saying. We weren't expecting it to snow last night, and there's another 3 inches, and yeah,
Maybe 6.
maybe 6, and
So
it's supposed to be like a high of 4 on Monday, and we were just popping up in the memories of where we were, and yeah,
too
much, but next year.
next year.
So, how are you feeling this snowy, blustery morning?
I am not at all impressed with the weather. I don't want to be here in the snow. Whether it's boating or something, we need to try and figure out how to get out of the snow in the winters, because it's just not good. I am excited to get down and see the boat, see the work they've done, and really wrap my head around the project. But driving in the slush and snow an hour just to see the boat, I don't know, mixed emotions.
Right. Would have helped if the plows were out too. It was pretty greasy. It's finally kind of cleared up. I guess it's pretty, but look how gray it is. That's what gets us. It's the gray.
fiberglass ship
Want some light on it?
that Kathy did.
I did not. He almost decapitated me with that.
Yeah,
Luckily, it hit there first before. I was on the
Oh,
bow,
yeah.
setting the anchor, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it,
What? Oh, the clevis or just?
the bridle. We were setting the bridle, and we had to get it like ordered for our boat and our size.
It would have decapitated him if it came up 5 more feet.
Yeah,
Wow.
because I was standing right there. My daughter Laura was on the boat with us. Oh, look at Mr.
Are
Furley.
these, did you switch these out this thing? These are your pieces.
Wow.
This is the port. See, this is the one on the starboard side that he kind of had to turn, you know, to get out. But I think
So that piece
this is
right
what
there
he's talking is the after cooler.
Okay.
And so these are all the pores,
Okay.
and they're clean. I mean, you can see by looking in there, they're clean.
Okay.
And this is the heat exchanger.
Okay.
And then you can see in there that's clean too. You
Okay.
know, there's no clogging or
So some of that maintenance stuff may have been a derivative for salt water.
exactly.
Recommend, you know.
Yeah, for permit. Yeah, boats that are always in salt water.
Yeah.
You did your own flushing by
So-
coming back to fresh water.
So
Gotcha.
this on the floor here is an after cooler. No, that's it. Yes, that's the after cooler.
Yep.
That is the. What's the other part over there?
This is the heat exchanger
Heat exchanger. Okay.
where it was leaking.
Right there.
Yeah, on the, like at 9 o'clock,
Yeah.
that black soot line. That's the telltale of where it was leaking.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing all right?
Getting her all cleaned up.
Oh yeah, trying to.
Have that. There's still some there.
I think they're gonna be good, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. I just wanted to check.
So what are you digging for? Suntan lotion?
Rust remover.
Oh.
I think I have 2 different kinds, so I'm gonna bring them both. Booyah!
Ooh, yeah.
Holy cow. I mean, this looks completely... This is when I should come in and redo the edges. Because I can reach it.
What do you think about what you're seeing?
This is pretty traumatic. This is almost more traumatic than Orange Beach because it just looks like such a clusterfuck.
Because here we are again.
Because here we are again, and it's... Yeah, this is huge. Way more disassembly than I guess I imagined.
Yeah.
Just all the everything, the hoses, the... When we do something, we do it right.
We can do it all the way.
Go big or go home.
Oh, God. So here we are down in the engine room, January, a year from when we were down in the engine room before, after our incident in the river. And the engine room is once again torn apart. So this is the port engine, and you can see they have it disassembled. They have the after coolers off, the manifolds off, the turbos off, the exhaust is all off. And what we wanted to do was get the manifold off and get down to the engine to see if this port manifold could be reused. I'm explaining everything on the port engine because all of this equipment on the starboard engine is all the way outboard, so it's harder to see.
Back there.
Yeah. You can see the parts are off and laying all around. We've got a great group of people working on everything. It's in good hands. Chuck and Ben and all the guys here at Barrett's who, helped us before we left on the loop are taking care of this. Our friend Ed Hislop has come down and inspected all the parts that came off. And as of today, we're down to a new turbo on each engine. So each engine will get a new turbo. We think we can reuse the exhaust manifold on the port engine, and we have ordered a new manifold, exhaust manifold for the starboard engine. So discovery has been pretty much complete. We're sort of waiting for parts at this point. They had a nice young man down here detailing the engine room. He was cleaning all the exhaust and stuff when we got here.
Dylan.
Dylan, great guy here at Barrett's, was down in the engine room detailing everything because it's just a mess. The exhaust leak coated everything with soot. But that's where we're at today. There's not much work that we can do on the boat because we'd sort of be in everyone's way. So
Yeah.
We had a nice meeting with Ben and everyone on the team that's going to be doing the work. And it was nice to come down and see everything, but it was also it's a little emotional. I mean, it was just a year ago that we were all tore up again. Now we're in Michigan this time, and there's no open water for us to boat on, so this is the time of year to do it. But to see Andromeda and her engines all stripped down again it's a little hard. I mean, it's a little weird. So we know she's in good hands, and we're gonna keep progress moving forward.
Andromeda gets another spa day.
These are our exhaust manifolds, and I believe that this one out here is the starboard manifold, and we can see, there you go, we can see that you can see where it was leaking.
I think you said this side right
Yeah,
here.
right there is where the leak was, and it's just deteriorated. It's gotten too hot and the metal's broken down. This is the port manifold right here, and they say this one can be salvaged. I feel there's a little bit of deterioration there, but
I say it kind of looks the same to me, but
kind
what
of
do I
looks
know?
the same. They say it could be salvaged, but we're going to dig into that a little bit more. But that's
And he said it was multiple chambers too.
Yeah,
It wasn't just the one.
like
Like
this-
this one looks bad right here.
this is the port manifold, and it does look pretty okay if they could grind or machine that end back to normal. What? I was going to set this up. This is the starboard manifold, and you can see there's a bad leak right there.
Yeah.
There's some damage on multiple ports, and then it's really bad down at the rear end there of the manifold. So this one is for sure getting replaced. This second one here we think we can save, but we're gonna have it checked out one more time to be sure and get things on order and get this baby put back together.
It's emotional, but it's exciting. I feel good. I know it's in the works in the right hands, and but
Yeah.
I'm glad it's only January and it's not April, and we have all this work that's in the middle. So they have time to get it right by spring, I think. So, but seeing the paddle boards out there and the lines all draped over the dock or the bow, gold flag, it's time to roll.
Well, we are on our way back up north from spending the morning with the team at Barrett Boat Works and from crawling around the engine room and with Andromeda, and we got all the stuff we needed to get off the boat, and we were just having a little discussion about feeling better about our tasks for Andromeda, what we have to accomplish this winter and get her ready to go again by spring. Barrett is doing an excellent job compared to some boatyards we've been to in the past. We were shocked at the progress, shocked at the attention to detail and cleanliness. I know I was a little overwhelmed when I hopped down in the engine room to see everything torn apart again. This time, shocking. This time on both engines.
It was both sides. I think that's what made it just so much more of a, oh my gosh, you're walking into just a mess.
Yeah, so we have a notebook with probably 4 or 5 pages of a list of things to get done before we can take off out of here again in the fall, and to go down there and to sit down and go through it with those guys of, okay, as owners we're going to do A, B, and C, and as the boatyard they're going to do X, Y, and Z. It really eased my anxiety. Like, I felt like the plan was coming together, and you know, even though it's the dead of winter and I'd love to go down and work on the boat, I didn't see much room for us to do anything. We can't get down in the engine room and do much. Unlike our previous storage spot, there's not a lot of lighting or power available, so it was really just a cold warehouse, and I'm not sure what we could accomplish right now, even if we went there.
And just by the fact we'd be in their way. Because they're moving so fast on this stuff and everything is torn apart and put in certain spots, it's like me going and messing with your stuff after you've got it all laid out how you want to put it back together. If we couldn't crawl and do the sea straighteners or anything.
Nobody wants a stranger coming into their area of work and messing everything up. So I think we're feeling a lot better. We're feeling shocked, but also feeling a lot better about progress. And you know, we got about 4 months till splash day, so I think we're on track or ahead of track, and we'll start thinking a little bit more positive about what can we do when the weather's warm and where will our adventures take us and all that stuff. So all in all, pretty good day.
Going through the list with Ben, a lot of the big daunting things that we had on this list, he made it sound like it was nothing. Like, oh, that's just part of, the thing we said 6 things ago. He's like, oh, that's this. So he just gave us, at least me, this feeling of, don't worry, we got it. And that was nice.
One of the big ones, I guess, while we're talking about that, is we have heard from countless people, oh, your aftercoolers, make sure you do your aftercoolers. And I didn't really know what that meant. And I kept asking Ben and Ed and the guys at Barrett, what does that mean? Everyone tells us we need to do our aftercoolers. I don't know what that means. and we crawled on the boat. He peeked inside the aftercoolers and said they're good, and that was it. I think it might be more of a saltwater thing, but since Andromeda is mostly freshwater, we could look right inside the aftercoolers and everything was fine. So that was one of the examples of a big task for us that was like, oh my God, what is this? How much is that going to cost? And these guys were like, no, it's fine. Look right inside here. You can see it.
Right.
So,
And he had that answer, that feel on multiple things on this
multiple,
list.
yeah.
Many.
So, boat's in good hands. We're heading north. Wish it was warmer, but
Yes.
we'll get back down there soon and get another update. So you can probably see behind us that it is still late winter. However, finally the weather is broken and things are starting to melt, which puts us about 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks from putting Andromeda back in the water and bringing her home. So it doesn't feel much like boating season right now, but we're heading down to Spring Lake to check the progress on our exhaust manifold repair and our turbo repair, and sort of meet with the guys down there to see where things are at and talk about when we're going to launch the boat, when we're going to sea trial the boat. So we got about an hour drive south. At least it's not snowing. It is rainy. It's kind of cold and yucky. It's just the way spring goes, well, late winter goes here. But we're about to head down to Spring Lake and see Andromeda. It's been a while.
Yep, it has. But we're in spring coats.
Spring coats.
We're forcing it.
We're forcing our spring coats because we've had it with this winter.
Right.
Here we go. So we're down in the engine room here, and you can see they've got it all put back together. So here is a new turbo, and over on the other side is a new turbo, and the exhausts are all back in place. You can see up there in the corner we have some venting to fix, and the air filters have all been cleaned out. So we're really close to being able to fire these up. There's a few little things need to be done, but pretty impressed with the work. Pretty impressed with the level of cleanliness, because this engine room was a disaster. So on our way, moving on up.
Because there's the one in the front they use for the dripless.
I do have that list.
Yeah, they use that for the dripless.
Yeah, I can't imagine taking those gears off for teeth inspection and clutch plate inspections.
But just to get this to go through that hole,
Yeah, that
you had to
was,
take the mounts off
yeah,
and physically hang on to something to get it through the hole.
yeah,
Quite a job.
yeah. We went through and I think we decided we need to get it off and bench test it,
Okay.
because you and I have both noticed that this thing is really hard to start.
This hose is rubbing on this thing.
What are you doing?
Measuring
Measuring stuff?
stuff. Trying to measure on a curve. is very impressive. Because it was trashed when I did it, and there were so many spots that I couldn't get to. That, I mean, just the back walls behind the engine, it looks like they've had some type of long, you would never know.
Yeah, I think you did a great job.
Fantastic, bravo.
Interesting discovery on our bow thruster. We're missing a blade. We're both convinced it was the Erie Canal,
Yes,
but
the Chamber of Doom.
the Chamber of Doom and the Erie Canal got us again. So we need to get a new prop on the bow thruster. Kind of hard to see, but that is our bow fiberglass repair. Almost done. Looks like they're layering on some glass and some hardener, but just about ready to finish that up. The year before we left on the loop, 2 years ago, we removed our boot stripes. There's a 3.5-inch stripe, a gap, and another stripe.
And real quick, you can see the residue from my angle,
Yeah,
so that the camera might pick it up as a
yeah, I can see it here too with the light, and it is the residue from the old sticker. The sticker was broken and chopped up, so we took it off. We thought it gave it a nice, cleaner look. But as we traveled down the rivers and even our PM Lake back home, this residue area is the first to yellow and get dirty. So what we decided to do is put this stripe on brand new and try and cover up some of this old etching or adhesive so it stays a little cleaner here. And then the bottom paint is in pretty good shape still. We did that down in Orange Beach, and they climbed under and kind of confirmed or agreed with us that it's in pretty good shape. But we are going to paint this area. We call this the smile. So we told them, let's go ahead and get a coat of paint on this. Some of this is above the water, some below, but at least from the water line, it'll have a nice fresh coat of paint and a new stripe, and hopefully help us manage that yellow river water line that happens just above the paint line.
And visually, just from my perspective, that's what you see. That's what looks the worst when you look at the bottom paint.
Yeah.
You might not be able to see it on camera, but it is just the water scum line, and then the front. I mean, maybe we would, but and
I'll
what?
take care of it.
Yeah, what would that front discoloration be? Just from,
I don't know.
like, why is it worse in the front like that?
Not sure.
Looks like drippage.
Drippage?
Drippage.
Marco. Mark, there she is.
Bust your head. Go down here with the duck.
Lucky.
What I do? Oh yeah, I want to do this when they came in. You gotta get a video of the props. Those are beautiful.
So here's our props back from Holland Propeller, and it was determined that the props were out of balance. One of the props was an 1/8 inch bigger in diameter, and one of the props was 3 pounds heavier than the other. So the props are now here and ready to be placed back on the boat, and that could possibly be one of the issues that created the loading on the starboard engine and started the exhaust leak. So we are leaving Barrett Boatworks in Spring Lake and heading back up home. We spent, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours here going through stuff with the guys,
3.
and they couldn't have been more accommodating.
They're awesome.
Awesome. Mike is the main mechanic to put everything back together. Charlie is the service manager. Ed Hislop was here to give us his wealth of knowledge. I mean, Ed's just incredible. I don't know what we'd do without him.
Yeah.
And Ben was down here at the boat, already kind of working on things. Ben's going to sort of take over now that the engine stuff is done. He's going to work on some of our house battery stuff and some of our electrical stuff. So we couldn't have been more impressed with the team here and the way they talked to us and the time they took and the way they cleaned the engine room from that
Oh my
soot.
gosh, I can't
It's
even.
incredible. If you've seen the pictures posted of how bad that engine room was, it was horrible, and they did a great job. So
Yeah.
we're kind of motivated. It's like 38 degrees and blustery and gray, but man, it felt good to be back on the boat and good to know the project's moving forward. So
Yeah.
that's about it for Barrett's and Spring Lake today, and on to the next steps.